This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Friday, February 6th, sunny and unseasonably warm today with the high approaching the daily record of 84 set last year. It may come up a few degrees short of that, but it will be in the neighborhood of the mid-80s. Clear skies tonight with a low of 45. Saturday and Sunday will be a little cooler with the highs both days in the low to mid-70s. No precipitation is in the forecast until at least the middle of next week. Here are today's headlines. More than 150 students walked out of Forney and North Forney high schools Thursday to protest the ongoing immigration crackdown in American cities. The protest was the latest in a series of walkouts in schools across Texas. It comes as state education officials are cracking down on school districts where such protests take place. At Forney High School, roughly 100 students lined the sidewalk and median along Farm to Market Road 741, just north of their school. Some waved flags from Mexico, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and the U.S. Others held poster board signs, one reading, "You can't love our culture, but hate our people." Another read, "Proud daughter of immigrants." A steady flow of drivers passed through the intersection where students stood, many honking and waving in support. Some student protesters drove back and forth along the stretch of road between the school and the protest site, waving American flags and shouting their support. In other news, on weekends for more than 5 years, volunteers at the East Plano Islamic Center, better known as EPIC, have braved wind, cold, and recently heckling protesters to pass out boxes of food to a long line of expectant cars. The volunteers, members of a robust Muslim community anchored by the mosque, are part of one of several of EPIC's outreach efforts, from its warming shelter to its free clinic to plans for a new community services center in Plano. One volunteer said, "We feel like this is our job. We help people." EPIC has continued its work to help the hungry and unhoused, and even expanded efforts despite targeted attention from protesters and state officials, including Attorney General Ken Paxton and Governor Greg Abbott, who have lodged accusations, initiated lawsuits, and launched investigations into the center and its plans. The mosque is no stranger to protests. During Friday prayers, when thousands of Muslims come to EPIC to pray, protesters can often be found outside their mosque, yelling in bullhorns at congregants. "You pray to the wrong God," they say. Over the years, EPIC has provided more than 300,000 meals to the hungry and opened the doors of its gymnasium as a warming center to more than 8,000 people experiencing homelessness. Yasir Qadi, resident scholar at EPIC, said, "We're American, we're Muslim, we're going to respond to hatred with love." Next up, the Dallas Mavericks made another move ahead of Wednesday's NBA trade deadline. A person familiar with the decision confirmed to the Dallas Morning News that the Mavs have traded recently acquired Malaki Branham to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Tyus Jones. Branham was part of the package Dallas landed Tuesday in the massive trade involving Anthony Davis. Jones, also traded Tuesday from Orlando to Charlotte, is a former first-round draft pick out of Duke. The veteran guard has played for 6 teams over his 11 seasons in the NBA. With Orlando this season, Jones has primarily come off the bench, averaging 3 points, 2.5 assists, and a rebound per game. And bells jingled across White Rock Lake as hundreds of goats started doing what they do best: eating weeds and stealing hearts. For the next week and a half, consider this your invitation to watch Dallas's most unexpected employees earn their keep. About 300 goats were deployed Thursday by the city to White Rock Lake to take on their newest assignment: eating invasive plants near the Bathhouse Cultural Center. As part of the Dallas Park and Recreation Department's new eco-friendly vegetation management project, the city is using goats from Fort Worth and Weatherford, along with a few sheep, to clear roughly 11.5 acres of prairie and wooded land on the lake's east side. The city is paying about $15,000 for the project. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday with more from the Dallas Morning News.